How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now on today's show we're going to be talking about Dean Henderson because he said his goodbyes to Sheffield United. And the next piece of news, we're going to take a look at the opening Premier League fixtures and in particular Arsenal's.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is Sheffield United and the news that Dean Henderson will not be returning. I know it was a very slim chance, but he will not be returning. Of course, Sheffield United have made a signing already with Aaron Ramsdale going to Sheffield United from Bournemouth, and we was reporting on that yesterday. But yeah, there was still a slight chance that maybe Dean Henderson would go, but it doesn't look that way now because Manchester United are closing in on a long-term deal worth in excess of £100,000 a week for the 23-year-old, making him one of the best paid goalkeepers in world football. And what I will say to that is fair play to him first and foremost. You know, he's put himself in that situation to get that kind of deal by his performances. He's been at Sheffield United a couple of years on loan. He was standout last year in the Premier League. Of course, Sheffield United got promoted. And he was one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. And ironically, he had a better season than Manchester United's current number one, David De Gea. And in yesterday's show, I was sitting there and saying that Dean Henderson, because he's had a taste of the Premier League now, because he shows what he can actually do in the Premier League, he's not going to go back to Manchester United and sit on the bench for a season, play Carabao Cup games, you know, the odd FA Cup game. He won't want that. He wants first team football. What do Manchester United do? Because they've got David De Gea. And, you know, a few years ago, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Absolutely phenomenal. But the amount of errors the guy is making now, there's so many. It's near enough week after week after week, and they're so high profile. And when you play for a club like Manchester United, any small mistake, or I don't suppose you can call them small when you're conceding goals, but any mistake gets magnified, shall we say. And they're costing them big time. And Manchester United, they're not going to want to lose Dean Henderson. Goalkeepers are tough to find. And, you know, they've already got one that's, you know, already at the club. So why risk losing him? And maybe David De Gea may end up being second choice, you know, in the coming season. Because to sign that kind of contract, first and foremost, Manchester United are not going to put him on over 100 grand a week to then say, go on, off you go back on loan somewhere. Surely they wouldn't be doing that. You know, unless they find a club that are going to, you know, take his wages on. But then who would be able to take his wages on, for example, over 100 grand a week? Very interesting. And yeah, I don't know what Manchester United are going to do with that situation. They've got, you know, a brilliant option here in Dean Henderson. Do they stick it out with David De Gea and, you know, hope that he turns his form back around? Or do they put him second choice? It's an interesting one. And looks like they're going to go toe-to-toe for that number one spot at Manchester United. And it's going to be very interesting. And we will wait and see what happens throughout the season. Now, next piece of news involves the Premier League fixtures. Now, of course, they were revealed yesterday, 9 a.m. And what did I say in yesterday's show? Opening game of the season, I would like to get one of the newly promoted sides. And we got one of the newly promoted sides. I also said that we'll end up with Liverpool in those first few games like we probably have in recent seasons. We got them third. Leeds United going back into the Premier League. They got Liverpool away. That's going to be a tough one, isn't it? But looking at Arsenal's fixtures, And we have got some serious games to begin with. Now, I'll go into detail of the games. And I'm going to pick out specifics and everything else. And what be, significant, shall we say. But Fulham away, first game. And then West Ham at home. I also mentioned West Ham as being one of our first games. So I'm happy with the opening 2 games. That should, on paper be 6 points out of 6. But you never know. Then we got Liverpool away. Then we move into October. Now this is tough. Sheffield United at home. Manchester City away. Leicester at home. Manchester United away. Did the computer just decide that he don't like us? Was the computer a Chelsea fan? Want to get us a bit of revenge or something? November, Aston Villa, Leeds away, Wolves at home. Going to December, the first North London derby, Tottenham away, Burnley, Southampton, Everton, Chelsea on Boxing Day. And then Brighton, January the 2nd, so no game on New Year's Day. West Brom, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Southampton, and then Manchester United on January the 30th. Now, what's significant about that? It's my birthday on January the 29th. Would be a nice present. February, Wolves, Aston Villa, Leeds, Manchester City, Leicester. Going into March, Burnley, Tottenham, West Ham. Going into April, Liverpool, Sheffield United, Fulham, Everton. And in May, Newcastle, West Brom, Chelsea away, Crystal Palace away, and Brighton. Now, what I will say about the tough beginning is that it might balance it out towards the end. Now, you remember last season, we had a really difficult run in. All them fixtures that we had and tough games against top sides. We're looking at this one. And if you're looking at our last 8 games, you've got Sheffield United, could be tough, dependent on how Sheffield United fare this season. Fulham, Everton, Newcastle, West Brom, Crystal Palace, Brighton. The one real difficult game in there that you would say on paper is Chelsea away. Third from last game of the season. Maybe we'll go and win the league at Stamford Bridge. Maybe. No, don't get me involved. I'm just bantering, all right? But that's a decent end to the season. Now, we go back, and like I said, what's difficult is October. Sheffield United, Manchester City, Leicester, Manchester United. Wow. But what I'll look at in the first 7 games is Liverpool away, Manchester City away, and Manchester United away. Now, the reason why I don't actually think that will be bad is because fans are not going to be in the stadium, or if they do start coming back in October, real reduced capacity. So it's not going to be like going to Manchester United and Liverpool in terms of how it normally would be. It would be better to go now. So I'm looking at that and I'm saying, yeah, they're tough. But let's play them while there's no fans in the stadium. And I see a lot of people moaning, saying, oh, look at the games we got and this, that, the other. Everybody has to play each other twice. Why are you moaning? We're doing what every other team in the Premier League has to do, which is play these teams. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking we're not too badly bunched up in that respect. You look at December, right at the beginning, you've got Tottenham. But then you've got Burnley, Southampton, Everton, Brighton. Boxing Day, you've got Chelsea. So that's not too bad. January, you've got West Brom, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Southampton. And right at the end, you've got Manchester United. You're looking at February, you've got Manchester City and Leicester in there. March, Burnley, Tottenham, West Ham. That's not bad. April, Liverpool, Sheffield United, Fulham, Everton. I don't think it's badly bunched up. Maybe apart from that October is the real one that stands out. And you go, ooh, that's not great. The other significant part to this as well is games after the Europa League. Of our 6 games in the Europa League, 4 are going to be at home after we return. Now that is key. Not so much for the fans because we're not going to be travelling, but for the players and the distance and that. So if we have to go away from home in the Europa League, wherever it might be, then we know that we're coming back to home comforts on the Sunday. So I actually don't mind that. That's actually quite good. And yeah, you know what? I'm not too fussed about them fixtures, to be honest. Like I said, you've got to play everybody twice. October, that's a daunting month, yes. But the rest of it, I'm all right with that. I think it's quite evenly balanced. And in our last 8 games, we're only playing Chelsea, of a recognised big side. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I genuinely am not fussed. And I think that's all right, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah, there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. Short and sweet. There's not a lot of news going on at the moment. The transfers are not out there. We don't know what's happening. I've got welcome videos waiting. Come on. But yeah, listen, let me know in the comment section what you think about Arsenal's fixtures. Are you happy with them if you're an Arsenal fan? Or whatever team you might support, let me know in the comment section who you support, what your fixtures are, and whether you are happy or disappointed with them and how they fall, etc, etc. Also, the Dean Henderson situation. Do you think that he can take the #1 spot from David De Gea? Let me know in the comment section. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.